İkbal Uzuner Ayşenur Halil. The painful reality of femicide in Turkey. 2 young lives lost. Dreams. Hopes. Social collapse. 2 young girls brutally murdered under horrific conditions. Murders committed by the same man in different places half an hour apart. Today, we will talk about events that leave deep marks on the social conscience and disturb us all. It is almost impossible to talk about such stories. So, is it right to remain silent? İkbal Uzuner Ayşenur Halil. Now let's delve deeper into these tragedies. Welcome to Sorvik. Today I am here with an agenda item that has deeply shaken Turkey. It is extremely difficult to talk about, explain, and comment on such issues, because what is happening is so painful and devastating that it can seriously affect the mental health of individuals and society. Those who experienced the event firsthand, those who learned about it later, and most importantly, the families involved in this tragedy experienced difficult moments. So how do such atrocities happen? How do people get to this point? And how can they be so cruel? How people with psychological problems, who commit crimes or who deviate from social norms can freely roam the streets in Turkey. And unfortunately, the lack of adequate precautions against this situation threatens the lives of innocent individuals. The most painful example of this is the brutal murder of 2 young girls who were living the best years of their lives the other day. İkbal Uzuner Ayşenur Halil. The horrific events that took place in Istanbul on October 4, 2024, hit Turkey's agenda like a bombshell. 19-year-old Semih Çelik first brutally murdered his alleged girlfriend Ayşenur Halil and then his ex-girlfriend İkbal Uzuner. The murders took place in different districts half an hour apart on the same day. The first incident occurred around 3:30 p.m. Semih Çelik took the opportunity of his family going out of town and brought Ayşenur Halil to his house while she was alone at home and ended her life by cutting her throat. Then Semih Çelik headed towards the historical walls of Istanbul and around 4 p.m. This time he brutally murdered İkbal Uzuner, whom he was obsessed with her and had been following for a long time, by dismembering her limbs. At that time, İkbal's mother was in a panic because she could not reach her daughter. Semih Çelik called the young girl's mother from İkbal's phone and said, "Here is your daughter. Come and get her," directing her to where they were. Heading towards the historical walls to save her daughter, İkbal's mother encountered a savagery that will never be erased from memory. Semih Çelik, when he saw İkbal's mother coming, threw some of İkbal's body parts, including her head, from the top of the historical walls in front of İkbal's mother. Immediately after the screams of the grieving mother and the shock experienced by the people around, Semih Çelik, who was waiting calmly on top of the walls, committed suicide by jumping off the walls in front of the people gathered. These events had a huge impact that shook not only Istanbul, but also all of Turkey. The information that emerged after the murders revealed an even more horrifying picture. It was revealed that there was a video in which Semih Çelik explained his murder plan step by step before committing the murders. It was revealed that Çelik had planned these acts about a year in advance, and that he was particularly obsessed with İkbal Uzuner. He recorded a video a year before the murder in which he said that he had attempted to kill İkbal, but that he had decided to kill himself when his plans did not go as he wanted, and sent this video to İkbal. In addition, it was learned that in the searches conducted at Semih Çelik's house, pencil drawings full of human figures whose bodily integrity was disrupted, just like the ones that caused the deaths of the young girls, were found. These drawings bear great similarities to the events that took place in the murder of İkbal Uzuner and Ayşenur Halil. The scenes in the drawings where the woman's head was separated from her body and dismembered drew attention. Many people think that the symbols and drawings found in Semih Çelik's house are connected to satanic rituals and the devil symbol. It is even said that this incident is connected to Cem Garipoglu, the perpetrator of Münevver Karabalut's murder. I will discuss these issues in another video. According to the statement of Semih Çelik's father, he had received psychological treatment 5 times before and had disappeared twice, leading to searches being initiated. It was also revealed that he had attempted suicide before. However, All of this information did not prevent Semih Çelik from moving freely in society. This incident, which deeply shook Turkey, left society with both shock and great sadness. However, it was not only the murders that took place, but also the negligence and systemic problems that led to this tragedy that ignited a great debate. This incident is seen as an example of great negligence in Turkey regarding the failure to adequately monitor individuals with psychological problems, the failure to prevent hatred towards women, and the failure to protect individuals. Despite the fact that there are many records of Semih Çelik receiving psychological treatment, the fact that he was given enough freedom to commit these brutal murders points to a huge legal and social gap. In particular, although it was known that İkbal Uzuner had been harassed and threatened by Semih Çelik for a long time, the necessary protective measures were not taken. Despite İkbal and her family complaining to the police about Semih Çelik, İkbal and Ayşenur were not protected. The incident has also sparked significant debate about the effectiveness of Turkey's criminal law. Many people are outraged by the reduced sentences given to people who commit serious crimes, and the fact that they are often not sentenced or are rarely released after a few years. In cases of femicide in particular, it has been observed that in many cases, for various reasons, the offenders are given reduced sentences and returned to society. This undermines trust and justice in society at large and paves the way for more crimes. Violence against women and femicide have been problems in Turkey for many years. Civil society organizations and citizens who oppose femicide argue that the incidents are related to impunity policies and that the authorities turning a blind eye to such incidents increases the courage of the criminals. Immediately after the incidents, reactions rose all over Turkey. Women's organizations and civil society organizations organized protests in many cities, especially in Istanbul. These protests emphasize the failure to prevent femicides and the negligence of the authorities. The protesters stated that the state was not determined enough to combat violence against women and that impunity policies further emboldened the criminals. It is also known that a man with a knife in his hand approached young girls during the protests and threatened to kill them. Just think, you are threatened with death in the same place where you are mourning the painful loss of a fellow human being, having witnessed the possibility of this happening live just a day ago. This incident should not only be considered as an individual tragedy in Turkey, but also as an indicator of a systematic problem. The uncontrolled movement of individuals with psychological problems in society, the inadequacy of surveillance of individuals with the potential to commit crimes, and the inadequacy of laws to protect women prevent such tragedies from occurring. While these incidents were taking place, a woman was harassed in another street on the same day, and a woman was killed by her boyfriend in another city. No one has the strength to endure anymore. Our women want to live. They want to be able to walk home without fear. However, the situation is getting worse day by day. Many women in Turkey now carry pepper spray and electric shocks with them and do not feel safe. In order for these murders not to happen again, the state needs to step in more effectively. Laws need to be made more deterrent, and stronger steps need to be taken to protect the victims. Raising social awareness, taking complaints seriously, and not making concessions in the fight against violence against women are of critical importance in order to prevent similar incidents from happening. Women in Turkey now want to make their voices heard globally, and I hope this video will help us. I wish we didn't have to make such videos. I wish such incidents had never happened, but if we don't talk today, if we run away and cover up some things, we will have accepted them. In this video, I conveyed what happened to you within the framework of sensitivity and respect. I also did not add some images that I did not like to be published because I think it would be inappropriate to show the sensitivity of the society and the two beautiful young girls we lost in this way. I hope I will not have to appear before you with such videos again. I hope the value of our lives will be understood now. Thank you for listening to me. We apologize, İkbal. We apologize, Ayşenur.